Skip that.
Stare what?
Alright, everybody, and welcome to the Swiss Army Nerd Podcast. This is your co-host, John Sirkrod, and my permanent, but my temporary co-host.
Hold on, I gotta get in character.
Okay.
Neal Lynch.
Yeah, honestly, you said that part better than he usually does, because he fucks it up
Yeah, he does.
all the time, which is his gimmick, so that's okay. But, it is happy birthday to our favorite co-host. Everyone clap. You have to clap for our Yep.
I didn't know it was somebody's birthday.
It's Neal Lynch's birthday, so
it's my birthday?
It's Neal Lynch's birthday. I was a kind enough co-host to give him the night off. I'm just kidding. He wanted the night off, but
he just didn't show up.
That's right. But we are doing a temporary one so we can get some content out there. I just want to make this clear because people get this wrong. We're not replacing Neal. We have a temporary replacement. I shouldn't use that word. In our producer.
I will be his replacement at some point.
And okay, so we have a temporary replacement / permanent producer, Patrick. So we're gonna freeball this thing. So we're gonna see what we can do. This is our first.
I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah, just wing it. Why not? You know what? What are we gonna lose, right? So we are live on Facebook, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yep, we're up. How's it going? How's it streaming? Good?
Solid.
Awesome. So I got a new laptop. We just ran our sports center. I thought it went pretty good. Excuse me. So now we're on this. How was your week?
My week was it was satisfying when I wasn't at work.
Yeah, I preach on that, brother. Saturday was fun.
Oh yeah.
Saturday we had some drinks and
up till 3:30 in the morning.
Till 3:30 in the morning playing Grand Theft Auto.
And several other games.
Yep, we always get bored. We keep switching Friday the 13th.
We're only about it on for an hour.
Yes. But it was a good time. We had with our zoologist, Tim Wolvertine. Hey, that's such a weird one to pronounce. He should change his name.
He should. Tim Wolf.
Yeah, Tim Wolf. There we go. Into my phone, he's just Tim the Wolf because I didn't want to spell his last name.
Yeah.
I just have Tim.
Just have Tim?
Just Tim.
Just Tim. So literally it says just Tim. But yeah, we had some good times there. We always do. It's fun because you can play GTA and drive and it's not a DUI.
I kind of like how it's become a tradition for us too now.
Yeah, it is kind of our thing. We always get these awesome game clips that are always super cool at the moment, and then when you watch them sober, you're like, what were we doing? Yeah, I just drove through a tunnel. But so that was fun. That's what we did Saturday, and then the usual drag through the rest of the week. But so it was a good week overall, other than work for you. And I'd say the same for me. I got exciting news. Well, not exciting news. I'm getting laser eye surgery because I hate glasses, and I failed horribly at putting contacts in. So
How horribly?
Bad enough to pay $4,000. Okay. So I would say pretty significantly, probably the biggest failure of my life, other than superseding 5'7".
Dude, it cannot be that hard to put contacts.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's worth every penny. I can't wait for them to scalpel my eyes and fix them.
I'm lucky I don't have that problem.
Yeah, you are, because it's a $4,000 problem. But I have that June 7th is my appointment, so I'm going to need someone. They apparently pump you for a Valium and just send you on your way, so I need someone.
Did you pay that all at once, or you paying it monthly?
If you pay it all at once, you get a discount, so I paid it all at once.
Damn.
You get like a 20% discount if you just pay cash, which is shady as fuck, but that's just how it is. So yeah, I'm excited for that, because I'll have new eyes, which means I'll be able to podcast better.
You sound like you're just taking your eyes out and getting somebody else's eyes.
It kind of feels that way. I remember I asked the guy if I could change my eye color, and he's like, "That's not what this is." So
I don't know what you've heard, but that's not right at all.
That's pretty much almost verbatim what he said. So
it's like the Family Guy where Peter goes to Japan and gets plastic surgery.
Yes, it's kind of actually. So I'm excited for that though. I'm actually really excited for that. So that happens soon, but we did a couple podcasts the last couple of weeks, me and Neal, and we obviously you tried to produce them, all this thing, and they fell through. We had to get a new laptop, so we're running. Hopefully, it's running good live.
Seems to be running okay right
That's
now.
Good. So we're trying it live. We just did the sports one, so I spent.
Based on what I was watching, I was pretty much watching it the entire time. It looked pretty great, actually.
It's still going good now.
Yeah, it's still going
awesome.
Good.
But we'll just jump right into it. So we don't really have a set thing. Neal's usually the guy with all the movie news.
We didn't have that notepad and notes this time.
Correct. We are missing the notepad and notes. So we're just going to free ball it. We're just going to go crazy free ball it. So, okay. You played more Fortnite than me. Did you happen to play the Thanos edition?
No.
No, okay. Well, I was looking at it, and even though we didn't play it, we can still talk on it.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just super cool that something so fresh as an Infinity War type thing, when it came out, what, two weeks ago? Yeah. How cool is it for a game to immediately add a Thanos to that?
It's pretty amazing. I almost called you and like, we got to get on this now.
I thought so too. I was the same way. I was like, I'm a PUBG guy, but I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And from that, they said, who knows? They could add Ant-Man and the Wasp. They could do all these things. I'm like, all right, like you got my attention. My inner nerd was very
peaked.
Yeah, it was, and I thought it was cool. Fortnite seems to be doing everything right now. Like they're hitting on all cylinders. And you want to know why that is? They're not fucking PUBG. And PUBG won't update anything.
They gave us a little teaser of a map that you can have for 5 days, and then they take it away.
Yeah, and then in Fortnite, you get Thanos with an Infinity Gauntlet for 12, 15 days. Like,
yeah, now they did this huge update where the map changes, and you get temporary superpowers.
Yes. But it's funny, it's like, I'm seeing that, and I'm just looking, I'm like, I'm embarrassed to be a PUBG player right now, because Thanos...
PUBG, pick your shit up.
Yeah, like, PUBG, you're getting your ass whooped, like, maybe you guys don't care, but you guys are chumps, and you should fix your life. But I thought that was super cool. I mean, how cool is it to work with? It's almost like WoW, when WoW used to do, or still does, where, like, it's Halloween, they switch it up.
Events.
Yeah, I think events keep it...
They do events.
And Overwatch does it too, Blizzard, you know. But I thought that was super cool. And I wanted to talk about it last week. I just thought that was such a cool addition to the game. I'm not a Fortnite player, but I still like tip my hat to it. Like, that was innovative. That was cool.
Did you know Fortnite had a story mode too?
No, well, if you buy it,
yeah.
I
well, it's not free, but
I didn't know that. No,
but we bought PUBG, and there's no story mode,
and now we're stuck with PUBG. But I thought that was cool. I watched like an IGN thing on it where Josh Brolin, the person who plays Thanos, is like watching people play as him, and he's like, "Well, this is interesting," and like it's funny to watch him because he's older. He's like 40 or 50, and he's watching this, and he's like, I wouldn't do that. Like, he's judging it as himself, like as the character, and he's like, why would Thanos jump all the way in the air and take 20 minutes to fall down? And I was like, that's funny. Like, that's a cool way to keep people interested. So I thought that was worth noting. I thought that was really cool, personally.
Yeah.
Moving on from that, we went over Infinity War. I don't know if we ever went over the reviews, but we'll just do a quick thing. Okay. I saw it another time since the thing.
You mean the other 4 times?
The other 4 times. I got to see it. And I found out, and I wanted to point this out, the Spider-Man scene where, guys, if you haven't seen it yet, you're not a fan. But spoiler alert, when Spider-Man, his scene happens, it was all ad-libbed. That wasn't even in the script. Like, he was just supposed to go. And he didn't. That whole scene where he did that with Stark,
was really believable.
It was all on Tom Holland.
Good. What scene?
The scene where Spider-Man, where after the snap,
he's about to go. Yeah.
Yes, that whole scene where it's like, I don't feel so
the whole
good.
Universe. He snapped twice.
Yes, that's right. I've been killing him all day. But that whole scene where he falls into that whole thing was completely ad-libbed. And Russo brothers, the directors, are they let them do that. A lot of the lines, like Thor says, are just naturally, same with Tony and stuff like that. They let him run wild. So that whole scene, that really, probably the most powerful scene in the movie, that was just Tom Holland showing off his attitude.
They hit the audience hard.
Oh, it hit me.
That was a tearjerker.
Tearjerker for sure. I had a man tear for sure. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool that Tom Holland came out and said that, because he deserves the credit. He's a young actor, but for me, that moment made me go like, "Oh, he's a superhero." To he might be one of my new favorites. So I thought that was. They will. Yeah, I think he signed like.
They have to.
Doesn't matter how many Spider-Mans have we seen that sign contracts and they say something stupid.
This isn't Garfield and this isn't Tobey Maguire. This is Marvel, and I have full faith in it.
And this kid's excited to play Spider-Man.
And that's where it's at. I mean, if you look at the Marvel actors, if you're excited and devoted, bam, you've got it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm excited. I saw it again. It was just great. I have, of course, every time you see it, you nitpick and stuff. Like, The Hulk thing's always going to bug me. I don't understand why they did that, but I get it's a story arc. I like the split personality. I don't like the fact that Hulk lost that easily, even if he did have the power gem at the time, and I don't like how they didn't explain why Hulk didn't come out. Like, we thought it was because he was like a beaten dog, like he didn't want to come out because he was scared. Yeah. But from what the Russo brothers say in interviews, it was because he was tired of being used as a weapon. Like, he doesn't want to be a weapon just for Bruce to use. I didn't think they conveyed that.
No.
At all.
It seemed more like our theory. Honestly.
Like, he was scared, yeah. So maybe the Russo brothers are throwing us for a loop, but I don't like
Which
that.
Which they're known to do.
Yeah, that's true. They lie for the good of us. They'll be like, he's going to make it, and he doesn't or something. Yeah. But I didn't like that. If that is true, they didn't convey that good enough. So there's nitpicky stuff, but I still absolutely love it. It's still, I think, in the top of the box office. It's beaten like every record so far.
I don't doubt it.
I mean, I don't see it getting knocked off for a while until segue for Neal. Neal loves that. Yep. Deadpool 2 comes out this week.
I still don't think Deadpool 2 is going to touch it.
I don't think it will beat it. I think it will be close.
I think it's going to knock it off, and the only reason why is because there's more of a broad audience. Like, yeah, it's all the Marvel people are going to be seeing Infinity War, but if you think about Deadpool 2, you don't even have to be a comic book fan to get his humor. Yeah. Like, I remember when we went and saw Deadpool 1, there were people, it came out on Valentine's Day, there were people there who had no idea what the fuck a Deadpool was, but they were sitting there dying of laughter. Those people are going to come back because they had such a great time and all that stuff. So I think because it has a broader net, even if it isn't PG-13, it's R, I think it'll knock it off. But maybe not. I hope it does, only because Ryan Reynolds puts everything he has into it.
Have they finally given it a rating?
No, I think it's R. I think it's just...
It better be. You can't do the first one R and then they come back with the second one with PG-13.
No, I'm pretty positive it's R. So I think it knocks it off for maybe a week, and then Infinity War will come back. At least in America. Internationally, I don't know. I couldn't guess. I don't think it might not even open in China. China's weird. They only do certain ones. But not a bad way weird. They just have nitpicky things.
I don't judge.
Yeah, no judgment. We're all for China. But I think Deadpool 2 is going to be a knockout. I really do. I think that there's no way they can really mess it up. I think they have a great cast. And from everything I've read, the storyline's really good. But I don't think there'll be a third one. That's what everyone's saying. Is there won't be. This is it for Deadpool. Like, the only way you see him from this point forward is in cameos or in like extended universe shit where he's like in X-Men and stuff like that. I don't want that. I don't ever want Ryan Reynolds to stop playing this. So that upsets me. But they, who knows? They pay him enough money, and Ryan Reynolds loves the character. But Ryan Reynolds said the only way he does a third one is if they take the movie and make it super small like they did the first one. So they expanded in the second, and he wants to go back. So I'm okay with that. The first one was great.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how the second one goes.
I honestly am too, if you couldn't tell.
I mean, how can you not be? I mean, they're adding all these new characters, some of them that we've never seen. Yeah. I mean, they're bringing back the good ones like Colossus, and they're doing all those great puns. Maybe we see a Logan reference. That's what I'm hoping for. There's been a lot of press with Logan and Ryan Reynolds together, so
that'd be cool.
Wasn't there also press about Holland and?
Yes, there's some, like, everyone wants to see because if you're not familiar with the comics, Spider-Man and Deadpool has an absolute infatuation with Spider-Man, and they call it Spidey Pool.
Well, their maturity level's pretty much on the same bar.
It's funny too because in the comics, Deadpool's maturity is so much lower that Spider-Man's like the adult. It's like, Jesus Christ, and I love
Spider-Man's the straight man.
I love the idea of that. I like the dynamic. Ryan Reynolds and Tom Holland would be hysterical. So I hope they go that route. Honestly, if they don't do Deadpool 3, they have so much money sitting in the bank if they did a buddy cop thing with Deadpool and Logan, and then also if they did a buddy cop thing with Deadpool and Spidey. So
I think I'd rather watch the Spidey and Deadpool over.
I'm biased. Logan's my guy. So
I think I'd rather see the Logan and Deadpool.
Well,
It would be amazing to see Hugh pick up those.
I'm not saying I wouldn't be disappointed with it, but honestly, the banner between the two, I'd be more excited to see.
If you had to pick one, you'd pick Spidey, which makes sense. I mean, Hugh's a little bit. It would be such an odd dynamic. I guess I just love the idea of a grouchy Logan having to deal with someone he wants to kill and can't.
But can't?
Yes.
Actually, that he's done in a previous movie.
Yes, that and you know how many puns they'd make on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If I had to pick, I'd pick Logan, but I do want to see what comes from this movie because I think this is going to be a big set, like a big branch. Like I think it's really going to blow up into the next universe. And whatever the end credit scene is, from everything I've read, which everyone who's seen it hasn't signed like a big contract, just like Infinity War. It's mind blowing. Like whatever it is like changes the whole universe.
Better not be the ending of the season, Infinity War 2.
Well, yeah, I mean, how great would that be? But I think it's going to be something where they finally connect because the big Fox thing. I think whatever the finale, the end credits is going to be, it's going to finally. You're going to know Deadpool is in the same universe as Thanos type thing, and that would be mind blowing because then you're like. Oh my God!
He puts a whoopee cushion on Thanos' chair.
I would love that scene for that's like one of the most notorious scenes of all time. So I would take that in a heartbeat. But I'm excited for Deadpool 2. Obviously, you are. I don't know what the story is going to be other than like Cable's the bad guy, which I like. That's how
it's a strange twist though.
It is because you thought it'd be like a buddy cop thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be interesting, and they said like. The gore, they cranked it up to like 15. Like they said, it's super gory. They had to really, really push to keep that rated R rating.
Isn't it the same guy that plays Cable played Thanos?
Yes, and they make that joke. And I mean, what a great year!
I think it's in the trailer too.
Yeah,
killing it.
Josh Brolin went from not even arguable in my opinion, but the greatest Marvel villain of all time, and then transitions into one of the greatest X-Men characters of all time. And dude's. Genius.
He's killing it.
Yeah, he's killing it, and I love Brolin. And I think he's great. So, I'm excited. I'm really excited to see him. It's gonna be good. I love Goonies. I didn't know he was a part of the Goonies until I looked into it. Yeah. Yep. It wasn't until I looked at him and when he was on the tricycle, I'm like, oh my God!
It's Thanos on a tricycle.
Look at that's fucking Thanos. So
that will be a meme pretty soon.
It should be right, especially because one hand is on the car. But we could make that meme. We could make that happen.
Sell it off.
Yeah, sell it to fucking Josh. But, we made you a sweet meme. $12. But I'm excited. We see Deadpool, I think, this Thursday, so we'll be able to come at you with a review next week. Hopefully you guys catch it. Moving on from that, so we got the Deadpool talk. We got Infinity War, which I've been dying to talk about the last 2 days. And then we could just move to you did God of War. What?
We did.
Do we have any more
what?
Movie or video game news?
There's a lot of video game news coming, like E3's coming. They're supposed to announce Halo 6 finally. That's one of the biggest ones. They're supposed to. They're obviously Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming.
Yep.
I think they announced that for October, if I'm not mistaken. That's huge. They've released 3 trailers so far. That's got a cult following. I'm one of them. They confirmed it's a prequel, so it actually will lead into Red Dead.
Yep.
Because you see John Marston, the main protagonist in Red Dead Redemption 1, so you get to see a young version of him. So we get to see some of what he did and shit. So I'm super excited about that. Rockstar, that's what they do. They make great games. They're like Bethesda.
They deliver.
Yeah, they're like Bethesda. Speaking of Bethesda, they're coming out with Rage 2.
Rage 2?
Rage 2. Rage was a game that came out. It wasn't that big of a game. I actually bought it. I beat it, but it wasn't the greatest game. Very weird.
You talking about Metro City Rage? Or is that something different?
No, it was literally called Rage. It's like post-apocalyptic shit. It wasn't bad, but they did confirm Rage 2. Actually, Walmart in Canada confirmed Rage 2 because they came out and announced that all these E3 games are coming out and they'll be at Walmart.
Walmart?
And then E3 or all these companies were like, hey, we haven't announced any of those. And so that's a big thing right now is Walmart Canada announced.
Screwed it up.
Yeah, and then like some of the Bethesda's like been tweeting them like, oh, that's real good job Walmart, like way to get on you, and then it's like they at Best Buy, so it's funny that they're kind of ragging on them. But yeah, a bunch of games from E3's coming up. That's our big. We'll cover that, of course.
Definitely, we got to get our coverage on those.
Borderlands 3 is another game. That's going to be a big one. Borderlands has a cult following. I loved Borderlands 1 and 2. I wasn't a big fan of the prequels or anything like that, but did you play?
No. I'm sad to say, when I was growing up, it came down to fighting games between me and my brothers.
There you go.
So anything where you're button mashing or pressing any combos that you know, I've probably played it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was never good at... I was very competitive, obviously, with games, so I was never good at fighting games.
Oh, I didn't say I was a master. There's no way I'm doing those 12-hit combos. I'm the basic player that just loves playing it.
I like I could never do the fatalities, because it was like up, down, B, X, or whatever, and then you could do the fatality. I could never do it in time, because I get wobbly.
Well, it's at that, when you're... It's a peer pressure moment, honestly. Not peer pressure. It's the word. You're under pressure, honestly.
Yeah, and every time I panic completely. 100%, I panic. I never get it right. So, yeah, I was never good at fighting games.
Did you see in the new one they added easy fatalities?
Yes.
You could buy that.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck?
I loved it. I loved that. I thought it was great.
That was a waste.
All you had to hit was like A and B. So I was.
I could never do a fatality. I could never do it.
No.
Nope.
No, it was super hard. It wasn't easy. The BB.
I was that guy when he won, I just hit every button. I was like, do it.
In the previous game, there was a training mode specifically for fatality. Your character wouldn't move, right. And then you do the fatality. And this one, they're like, screw it. We can't bother teaching you guys. Just easy fatality.
What did you actually have? What was the combination to get a fatality?
It was like always like up B or up left, right.
It depends on the character, and they change them each game. So
it's crazy. I couldn't do it.
No,
I still have some of them memorized.
I was not a fan of it at all.
But I stopped. I didn't even try. I won. I was like, hey, I won.
I played against my uncle all the time, and he beat the Christ out of me. Like, he was savage. I was like 8, and he'd be like, sorry, kid, and rip my head off. Like, okay.
See, that was the thing with my uncle and Tekken.
Oh, Tekken was brutal.
Tekken have fatalities?
No,
but Tekken is a game where it's all combo based.
Yeah.
And if you don't know combos, you're just poking at the person.
Yeah, just one punch.
But
meanwhile, you're poking. You just sit there and hit like A, and you just do this, just a jab, and you'd win with a jab. And
well, you could, but there's tons of ways around it if you know how to play the game. And I'm just starting to learn how to play the game the right way.
It took me being an adult to be able to play fighting games, and I'm still not any good at it. Like, just like Nintendo, I was never good at Mario Kart and Super Smash. Like, of course, all my friends were complete dorks and played it religiously, so they would just dominate me. And I never knew what character pick, so I picked, like, Pichu. And it was just... It was like, okay...
For what game?
Super Smash Bros.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Pichu.
I've won with Pichu.
I tried to win with Pichu, but...
Sad to say, but in high school, they called me the Smash Bros. God.
The Smash Bros.
And then you guys told me about Neal. It's like, I have to play Neal, and Neal hasn't beaten me yet.
Well, Neal, I think, was good. I thought he was good because of us. Like, he played with trash, so he was the king of the trash bros. And
trash man.
Like, I think the moment he actually hit competition, he was like, oh shit. Like, it just got real. Yeah, I was never good at Super Smash. I played as an adult, and I can't even make it a drinking game because I'll die by the end of one game. It's like, every time you die, you gotta do a shot. Well, just line them up.
See, I don't think that's what it should be. It should be a drink every time you do it. You die.
Yeah.
And then you do a shot if you die first.
Yeah. See. So yeah. Either way, I'm gonna drink and do a shot. Yeah, I was never good at that.
We'll do teams. You could just be on my team.
I tried to play teams, but if you didn't set it up as teams and you just had to trust the other guy, I was the easy kill. Like, every time, my friend Isaac would kill me every time.
I can set it up as
Isaac was the
teams.
biggest piece of shit.
Biggest piece of shit. He would sit as Pikachu and just keep doing a Thunderbolt, and if you were above, you would just keep getting ricocheted. It was horrible. And then as soon as you get over 100%, it's over. You're off the level.
My mains were Star Fox and, like...
That was him. Except when he wanted to be Pikachu versus me, he would just... It was over.
I did dominate with Olimar, too.
So it's kind of like Yoda.
Yep.
Battlefront 2. Yes, that's right. But
oh my god, I saw you were playing that the other day.
Battlefront 2, I gave it another shot because I played that. They added a new thing called Ewok Hunt. I don't know if you tried it.
I uninstalled that and have not looked back since.
Yeah, I wouldn't install it for the game, but basically it's zombies. Like, remember Halo Zombies, where if you get killed, you turn into a zombie. Well, instead of being killed and turning into a zombie, you turn
into a teddy bear.
You turn into an Ewok, and it's like a pitch black level, and like it's almost like AVP except with the Ewoks. So you just hear like, and you're like, what the fuck? Where is it? And then out of nowhere, you get like hit in the head with a rock, and you're like, they're fucking here! Like, and then they just swarm you.
It just sounds like a humorous zombie.
It is. It's funny as shit because, like, you'll be out in the middle of the woods. And
I feel like that would be a good drunk game.
Oh, it's a very fun drunk game. But you hear it. You'll be in the woods, and, like, I have my Turtle Beaches on, and all of a sudden you just hear it's like, shh, and it's like, those are the bushes, and you're like, it's here. And then all of a sudden you're, like, trying to find it.
They're here. It's here.
It's here. And all you have is a flashlight with, like, 4 seconds of battery life. So you turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, and then finally you'll just see it.
How do you kill the Ewok?
You can kill it with blasters, but they're so short, and they have spears. They just stab shit.
It's like Yoda, but slower.
Yes, exactly. But it's a really fun. I will admit it's a fun dynamic, but that's why I was playing it. I was playing with my buddy Lord, but it's not bad. I mean, it's better than the actual game. The actual game sucks.
The actual game is garbage.
Trash, complete trash.
That's why I haven't looked back since.
Yeah, go back to your roots.
Yeah, exactly. What else can we talk about? Game news. It's like we're in that lull period before E3.
No, right now. It's just like games that we've played that have been out, but brought back. Like I bought this new game called Zat.
Zat. That sounds like an arcade game.
Zat.
It's called Zombie Army Trilogy.
Oh my god! There's 3 of them.
No, it's one game,
okay. Right.
And basically what it is, it's like they took Call of Duty Zombies, and
Go full game.
Pretty much. And there's a story mode, and the main boss is Zombie Hitler.
Of course it is.
And your job is to go around the levels and kill Zombie Hitler because he researched into this satanic ritual to summon hordes of zombies. It is kind of fun, and it's actually kind of creepy when you're playing it in the dark.
Oh, yeah. I love games like that, though. They're creepy games where it's like spooky almost. I like those kind of games.
It's made by the people that did Sniper Elite, if you're familiar with those.
Yes, I am familiar. That was a game where, when it first came out, it turned into like a cult classic almost. But, alright, so moving on from that, we talked a little bit about Deadpool. We talked about Fortnite. I read an article about Fortnite, actually. Like, there's always these games that take off, and like, they do great. When is Fortnite going to die? Do you think it's gonna die? Like Overwatch.
Well, story mode has died. Honestly.
Oh yeah, everyone plays that.
Died.
Royale, yeah.
Honestly, you couldn't get past the first 10 levels without realizing you're just doing the same thing over and over again. When do I think Fortnite will die?
End of this year?
I could say end of this year or about this time next year.
That's a lot of time.
I'd say.
Well, you got to think.
I'd say by December.
PUBG has been popular for a long time on the not the console, on PC, and it's still popular.
Yeah, on the PC because they fucking update it, and they also have the zombie mode.
Fortnite updates it even more.
Yep. So they run it like Blizzard. Blizzard constantly updates it. Overwatch, even though they've lost some people that play it, and we go back to it. So it's doing something right.
Honestly, and if they're going to keep doing stuff like the Thanos update, and they're going to do seasonal items and the seasonal package where you play more, you get all this cool shit, I don't see it dying quickly. I could give it about a year.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
They'll lose their normal fan base, but then there's going to be those huge in-depth players that are just going to constantly play it and post it on YouTube.
According to Chris, he thinks the next big idea is to kill Fortnite.
Oh, like they're going to do something bad?
No, the next game.
Oh, okay.
The next game that comes out.
The next big thing.
Some big game comes out.
What's the next big game that he's thinking of?
I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. I think we have Call of Duty Black Ops coming out in September, I think, or a little bit past that.
I'm not even excited for that.
I just thought, I wish they would have stuck with World War II. I liked it. I think it works. I loved World War II. I just stopped playing it.
I bought the season pass.
Yeah.
When I was drunk.
Shocker.
But I have not played it yet.
Yeah, I want to buy it. It's just I don't think I'll play it enough. Cause like
the only thing I'd be interested in is the zombies, honestly.
Yeah. The game gets repetitive, so and I need something to chase for. So I don't know. I think Fortnite's gonna have a certain shelf life, and then people are just gonna forget about it. Like they just have this thing where they keep going for a little bit and then they stop. So we'll see. I just think it's interesting to think like, is it still gonna be there in a certain amount of time? So I like playing that game. But games were kind of at a lull. I guess we're freeballing it, so there's no.
It's hard to come up with content.
Well, one is the Solo movie comes out, I think, next week or the week after. You know what? I
do not have high hopes.
I actually think it's gonna be good.
Nope.
I actually do. I think it's gonna be okay. I'm not a huge Star Wars.
He's not a Star Wars fan. He picks the shittiest one. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be better than fucking Rogue One.
I don't doubt that, but I find it funny that the original Han Solo was like, somebody interviewed him and asked him, "Are you excited?"
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, Harrison
I
Ford.
was gonna say, I know his name.
Okay, all right.
I said the original Solo.
Okay. Well, we can say
He's like,
Harrison
are
Ford.
you gonna? Okay. They asked him, "Are you excited as a fan for this movie?" And he goes, "Not really."
Well,
Harrison Ford's done with Han Solo. He's done. He hates it.
Hates that character.
I think he's the
But
one.
I find that hilarious.
Movie, I'm done.
I think he did. I actually think that's an actual fact. Is he went and said, "Kill me in this movie, or I'm never coming
or
back."
I'm not doing.
Well,
I'll do it if you kill me. If you don't kill me, I'm not signing on.
Yeah, he said I can't.
Well, he showed dedication to the fans.
Space pirate.
Well, yeah.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm interested. Okay, because it's not. It's completely new story, and I didn't read the books, but a lot of people did. But the books got wiped, if I'm not mistaken. So all of those stories are all bullshit. But this movie, I'm interested in seeing it because I think they have a good cast, and I think that it has more potential than people think, as long as they don't lead it into another Star Wars. If they, well, we don't know that. We don't know, and that's what's going to determine it. If it's all one big prequel to like when he fucking meets Luke. Yeah, or if it goes all the way up to I don't think it will. I think they're going to do 2 Solo movies. I think it's going to be one awesome thing, and we're going to be like, wow, that movie was really good, and we got to enjoy it, and we don't have to like think about what ifs. We just got to enjoy Han Solo, which
was the last Star Wars movie.
Well, I think it's going to be
that's the thing. Like Rogue One. Yeah, that's true.
Good call.
But I have high hopes for it just because in all the trailers I haven't seen shit about the word Death Star. Yeah. And that for me is exciting because I think they would, if that was what it was about.
Because it's way before the Death Star.
That's what I like though.
They were working on it since episode 6 or 3.
Yeah.
Episode 3 because they had the plans.
And but that's what I'm interested in. I guess maybe because I'm more ignorant to how Star Wars lore works. I can sit back and be like, okay, that's going to be cool. Like, I think it's going to be interesting to see a young Han Solo.
You think he runs into Kenobi?
I that's what I'm hoping for. Is like little cameos where it's like, okay, that's fucking cool.
Well,
and then
I do a Kenobi spinoff.
Then I can go back. Yeah, they need to do a Kenobi spinoff. They have to. They have to figure out a way to enhance Ewan McGregor and get him in that role. But I have high hopes for it. I don't think it's going to be like a 10 out of 10. But I think I'm going to be able to watch it and go, okay, that was pretty cool. Like, I enjoyed that. I'm not as negative about it because I don't think it's going to Rogue One it. I think Rogue One was a giant money ploy and pointless because I didn't care how they got the Death Star plans. I never did. I was fine with, we got them. Cool. I was okay with that. I could live with that.
I think Rogue One was the one I purposely did not want to see and have not seen.
I refused to see it in person, Rogue One. I refused. I am too good for Rogue One. I'm going to admit it. I think Han Solo is going to be worth something. I might actually go see it in theaters.
So here's my question. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's worth seeing opening night?
No.
Because you're going to have the Star Wars fan with the Jedi robes and all that shit.
Like last time? I couldn't believe it. It blew my mind.
I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan, and I'm one of those people where, like, if you show up for Infinity War opening night, you better be a fucking fan. Because that's not for the people who go there just to have a good time. That is for
not to smoke bonds or text on their phone or talk.
When you go, if you're a super fan, you go opening night, and you've earned that. I think that I don't deserve to go see Han Solo, but I'm more excited.
Would you see it opening week?
Yeah, I'll see it probably Saturday or Sunday, like of that week. I'm not going. I think it's gonna be worth seeing, and I'm not even a big Star Wars fan, so I think it's gonna do better than people think because it's not the same writers and directors
They went through a lot of red
and that's what I like. And I like the cast, and I do, and I like that they didn't cast like a big Han Solo guy. Like they could have hired some huge superstar, like Tom Hardy or Brad Pitt or something crazy. But they got a kind of not the biggest well-known guy. I like that. I like that.
Any movies?
Huh?
The guy that's playing Han?
I think so.
Anything?
I think indies and shit like that, but nothing big. And I like that because that's how it should be. I shouldn't look at Han Solo and think Inglourious Bastards or something. So I think it's going to be surprisingly good. That's just my.
I like the fact that what's his name, Donald Glover's in it.
Yeah,
and Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, and they have a strong supporting cast, and I think that's going to get them there. I think it's going to do better than people think, and that's probably why. It's just like Guardians. With Guardians, I was like, this movie's going to suck, and I left Guardians. Yeah, I left Guardians 1 going, this was one of the greatest Marvel or movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Really? You had doubts about Guardians?
Yeah, because it was a very...
It wasn't well known.
No, in the comics they used him, but in the comics it wasn't in that way. And then you go into it, and I love that they casted Chris Pratt, and I liked the cast. I loved Dave Bautista being in it. I liked it. But I went into it going, okay, is this going to be like a super badass version of Avengers? And then they give us this more realistic, with deep story and funny characters. It just worked. But yeah, I went to Guardians. Neal Lynch actually was the one who picked it. It was like, we're going. I wasn't going to go see it. And Neal was like, we got to see it. And I walked out of it going, oh my god, that thing just stole like top 2. I literally said that out loud. I'm like, that's how good it was. And it's still one of my all-time favorites. So I'm thinking it's going to be like that. I think people are going to not really think it's going to be worth seeing opening night. And then next thing you know, it's like it could be a cult classic type thing. But we'll see.
I'm on the opposite end. I have my doubts, and I don't think it's going to get a high rating on my low for it.
Shocker. The hardest rater on the podcast has the lowest high hopes for it. But I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be good. But we have a little bit of time left, so I'm actually going to do a fun little segment thing. Because unless we have anything else you want to talk about.
I don't really have anything, because I was not prepared to be...
Yeah,
I was kind of informed last minute that the original...
Last minute being a minute before the show started.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It was... Hey, we had to...
It came down to, hey, are you going to be here? To, oh, by the way, your host.
By the way, you've been upgraded to co-host for episode 2.
I knew.
So...
Yeah, just the guy who was going to be on it found out last.
This is true. Alright, so I'm going to ask you some of the questions I was actually going to ask Neal and Steve at the last couple podcasts. So I'm going to throw them at you. We've interviewed you before, but we're going to do a fun
Should I get in the character?
No. In the Patrick character, yes, you should. Alright, if you could pick any career, you don't need to go to college, you just can be in that career, what career would you pick?
Assassin.
Assassin?
Wow.
Oh, Jesus. Like Assassin's Creed or like a Hitman? Because there's a huge difference. Hitman, okay.
Awesome.
So like Hitman's bodyguard? That type shit?
No, like Hitman.
Oh my god.
Like mafia, mob call you and you go and do
Wears a suit, just takes out and people don't know who you are. You're
pretty much.
Gone.
Jesus, that's...
I wouldn't do the bald thing though.
They do some dark shit. Alright, it's your question.
So John Wick.
Yeah, would you want to be John Wick? Is that your...
I could do John Wick. I would like John Wick, actually.
Fair enough. Haven't seen any of those
other than
They are amazing.
I've heard great things. I just need to see 1, 2 in a row.
Oh my god, they're so good.
I'll have a John Wick day one of these days. But alright, would you live if you had to the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s? And you're like 15 during these times, so you're right in the age of complete debauchery. So you're not like a kid in the 70s. You're like a 15 to 18-year-old in both of all those generations, but you got to pick one. So 70s, 80s, or 90s.
Well, I've seen the 70s show.
Wow. That doesn't describe the generation at all.
No, but I think I'm going to choose... because the character's like Red.
Who's amazing.
Yeah, I would probably pick the 70s because I would want to be like someone like that. But I'm 15, like someone to teach me to be like that.
So you would be Topher Grace. So is that the character?
But I don't want to be Topher Grace.
No, that's what you are though, because you can't be an 80 or 70-year-old Red.
But I don't want Topher Grace to be my dad or my grandfather.
You can't be the character Red. You have to be 70s. 80s,
no, but I would like to grow up under that and learn that respect.
Nah, you get
not be Topher Grace.
You get to live in these generations.
But this is me we're talking about.
Yeah, you get to live in these generations, but you have to literally be exact.
I don't want to be Topher Grayson.
Well, then don't pick the 70s. Pick the 80s, and you can be
that's limiting me just because I said the 70s.
That's why you shouldn't have made that reference, and I would have let you breathe. But now
I was trying to bring up a character like that, like Red.
You could be 80s. You could be the Fonz. Do you want to be the Fonz?
I don't really think I want to be the Fonz either.
Or you could be in the 90s.
You know what? I was born in the 90s. I'm going with 90s.
Okay, but that means you're going to be like Urkel from what is
if I was black.
Family Matters.
Yeah, Family Matters. You're going to be a white Urkel.
I'm me. I'm still me in the 90s. The only thing is I'm just a few years older.
Alright. So, fair enough. Alright, so if you could create a fake name, what name would you pick?
Reiner.
Reiner? That's just one name? You don't.
I need a last name.
Reiner.
Yo, call Reiner.
Call Reiner.
Oh shit.
I just called Reiner.
You did not.
It's hard to come up with a last name because I never thought of one.
I love that that's your first name. You should be like.
Where'd you get Reiner?
I've been thinking about it for. You guys know I'm a family guy.
Well, we know what Patrick's kid's name is going to be.
Reiner.
That's actually where I came up with it. I've been thinking about that for a long time.
Is that an actual name?
Yes, it is
Reiner?
a real name.
Like Brett Reiner?
No, it would be a first name.
Reiner.
No, I would. Brett. We have a friend named.
Not Brett. No,
not Brett.
There's a famous. There's a famous actor named Brett Reiner, I think, or whatever. Anyway, so Reiner, what?
That's the harder part because I can't come up with a last name.
No, see, that's a rookie mistake. You got to pick something like Castle.
Reiner Castle?
Yeah. That's a badass name.
Reiner Castle?
Would you want to fist fight someone named Reiner Castle? I wouldn't. That sounds like a stronghold.
I'd hear that for the first time. Like, that sounds made up.
Yeah, of course. That's the point. Like, it's not like I'm going to pick a reasonable name. I'm going to pick something sweet.
But, I mean, Freight Castle, that sounds realistic. So
Freight Castle sounds like a goddamn train car.
I don't think so.
I'm picking Tony Stark.
Yeah.
I think that's where you got Castle from.
Well, yeah, Punisher. Of course. Alright.
So, I was surprised you were surprised with my assassin. Frank Castle assassin. So, I kept telling you, I feel like I'd be a soldier if I left my current job.
Fair enough. Alright, if you had to pick a cartoon character to beat, and you don't get to be Patrick as the cartoon character, you have to...
Like, cartoon, we're staying away from, I assume, anime. Shit, right?
Yeah, you're not being an anime thing.
Okay. No, I didn't think that was gonna be a thing.
Naruto! No, you're not.
No, I wouldn't pick Naruto. You fucking kidding?
He's Patrick Star.
No, I wouldn't do Patrick Star.
He's gonna pick.
Patrick Star
Who
is
do you think I'm gonna pick? I want to hear this.
I don't watch the show, but I'm gonna guess.
Alright.
What's that stupid little kid in Dragon Ball Z?
Oh, wait, Krillin?
That's an anime.
You want to
Is
be
it anime?
No.
Dragon Ball Z is included because I love Dragon Ball Z. I'm biased.
No, the main character.
Goku?
There it is.
No.
That's a good pick, though.
That's where I figured you
But it wasn't anime. If I were to pick an anime character, probably I don't think I'd do Goku. I think I'd do Vegeta.
Vegeta all day. Because
Vegeta makes more sense.
Vegeta is the most realistic.
I like Goku, but Vegeta makes more sense.
Vegeta all day. Vegeta's my guy.
But if I were to pick am I just picking his traits, or do I have to be that character?
No, you are that character. You get to be in you are conscious as Patrick, but you have to do in everything. It's almost like you're in autopilot.
I'm a little hesitant to pick this, but I'd almost pick Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
That's weird.
Well, no, hey,
Pork.
That's a good pick. All right, I get why Bugs.
Well, he's got this cool sassy attitude, and you'd be
sassy attitude.
Not sassy, but you know what I mean.
It is sassy though. Yeah, that's the most accurate. He also got to play with Michael Jordan, the second best player of all time.
Oh, here we go.
He's never beaten.
Never beaten? Well, they lost to the Toon Squad, and they had to get the second best player ever, Michael Jordan, to beat him. So,
I'm not.
He came back though. He came back like the underdog.
He did. Thanks to the second best player.
That whole water thing in that movie.
The water thing's good. I like Bugs Bunny, but he's also like a real piece of shit.
I don't know. See, that's why I was hesitant, because I don't want. I was almost like, is somebody gonna judge me for the furry thing?
Well, no, I don't think.
Yeah, Patrick's a furry.
Now that you brought it up, people are probably like, "Oh,
that 70s show.
Somebody was gonna bring it up, and you know it.
He wants to fuck Miss Bunny."
No,
whatever the fuck it is.
But I was thinking more of the attitude wise.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, that's a safe pick and a logical pick. I like that. I thought you'd pick something like more badass, but
I'm trying to think of a cartoon that sounds badass.
At least you didn't say like Porky Pig or something.
No,
Porky Pig would be worse. All right.
Who would you pick?
Honestly, I'd pick probably Vegeta. Vegeta is one. Or SpongeBob.
I consider an anime. I wouldn't consider.
If I had to pick a cartoon character, it'd be SpongeBob.
Why SpongeBob?
Because he's the happiest dude ever.
You're more Patrick.
Shut up. I would pick SpongeBob because he's always happy. He's content with his shitty job, and he has a best friend, and he has parents, and he has like all this perfect life. He lives in a pineapple. Yeah, he's dumb, but he doesn't know it. That's the life right there, man. He's happier than 99% of America. I would pick SpongeBob.
Except for the Krabby Patty formula.
Except for that.
Someone tries to steal it.
Alright, so we'll do a couple more. What country would you move to out of these three? Four, sorry. Okay. Russia, Israel, Guam, or North Korea?
Alright, Guam's not a country.
Okay, it's a place. Yeah. Sorry. It's a place. You have to live in Guam in whatever country's in Guam.
What is the
Guam
question?
is part of the United States.
Okay, it's still not built. It's not like it's Chicago, Tom. It's fucking in Guam.
Am I a prisoner in Guam?
Chicago, where the best player in basketball.
No, you literally get picked up. Like
I just live in a house on Guam.
No, you don't even get a house. You have to find your own life. You get picked up like a computer game and dropped there.
Just
you gave him where he has to live. What
were the things? Because I can only remember one of them.
Russia, Israel, Guam, or North Korea.
Russia.
You're gonna go to Russia.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I'm gonna do Israel.
Israel.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah, buddy.
You die so
I'm
fast.
gonna walk around with American flag clothes.
Dead.
Dead.
Really? Why Russia? It's cold as fuck there.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is. That's why I don't want Russia.
That's why I choose it. It's tough. I'd like the challenge.
I'll pick North Korea.
What?
I feel all I gotta do is
that's a military nation where they're just going to kill you because of the color of your skin.
All I gotta do is follow the rules and I'll be okay.
And that's
no, they will throw you in prison just because of the color of your skin.
One would be the sensible bit.
Well, I guess but maybe I don't know.
They're like, he's a spy. We don't know who he is. He's a spy.
Is it cold in North Korea?
Parts of it.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? Oh, you gotta fix that.
The more up north you go, the colder it gets.
Oh shit. South Korea.
Yeah, go to South Korea.
Alright,
where they're all a little indifferent.
Alright, what is the worst injury you've ever had? And how did it happen?
Worst injury? Well, it's either it wouldn't be my shoulder dislocation a couple years ago. It'd either be being able to see the bone in my knee.
It's pretty good.
Or cutting off the tip of my thumb.
Thumb tip, huh? How'd you do both of those?
The bike. We were on a bike for the knee thing, and me and my friend were riding down the road, and kind of, other than we were being idiots, we're both holding sticks, trying to stick it inside the tire.
You deserve that.
Okay. Jeez, you deserve that.
You literally
What did you think was going to happen with that?
He was a meme before the meme. You ever see that?
Yeah.
Where it's like, life's going good. Fuck this. That was you.
So we both could see the bone in our knee.
So the same injury happened?
Same thing happened both of you.
Both of us, same time.
Alright, you guys deserve that.
I've never heard
I didn't say that we didn't. It taught us a lesson.
Be an assassin.
Yeah, you'd be a shit.
Hey, we were like...
Are there bullets in this?
We weren't even we were in elementary at the time.
It's inexcusable.
I'm
what did you think was going to happen? Like, in your head, you're like...
We fall off the bike.
We're going to do this, and we're going to front flip and land it.
Hey, my friend's going to fall off the bike. That would be fun.
Jackass just ruined everybody's life.
That's why. If Jackass came out like before, when you were in that time, you wouldn't have done it. You would have known.
And then the thumb thing was in 5th grade, and we were doing a science project, and scissors slid across the we were cutting Q-tips. We were trying to build a human skeleton out of Q-tips.
I bet your teacher was like, "There's no way anyone's getting hurt. They're fucking with Q-tips."
How the fuck did he manage to cut his thumb off?
He had to
because it was those dumb old teacher scissors that weren't sharp, so they just slid, but sharp enough to cut through my thumb apparently.
I would have been so pissed if I was a teacher. I would have just went to I went to the nurse, cut the whole thumb.
The thing is, I was holding the Q-tip and my partner was holding the scissors.
You need to stop hanging out with partners. Apparently that's the key here. It's like, hey, what's up, buddy? What do you want to do? Let's stick shit in tires. Okay. What do you want to do? Fucking ruin this guy's class. Oh, amazing.
And she ditched the class. Got a substitute.
Oh, this was a girl who you did this with.
It was a female teacher.
Okay.
Oh, it was a female teacher. So you know damn well she went home and cried.
Her name was Mrs. Barber.
Mrs. Shout out to Mrs. Barber.
John, what was your worst injury?
I've had a few. I've had a few.
Okay, what do you think as your worst? You've had a few, but what do you, out of all of them, what do you say you think personally was the worst?
I think the worst, like at the moment, the worst, not the most like the long-lasting and painful, because that would obviously be my knee dislocation. But excuse me, I would say my worst injury was when my friend, well, honestly, it was like an older brother to me, Justin Hester, shout out to him, powerbombed me because I was a backyard wrestler. I loved it. Yeah, I was a backyard wrestler. I loved it, and I was the little guy, of course. So I did all the crazy shit. I was like Jeff Hardy. So we were hanging out, and he powerbombed me off the chair, of course, right? And so he powerbombed me off the chair. The only thing is, remember how the old school houses had those metal heaters, right? Mm-hmm. Well, my head hit the back of it, opened it up about 2 inches wide, and then blood everywhere, of course. Well, I went downstairs. I'm like, Mom, this happened. I show her, and she's like, I'm not taking you to the hospital. And I'm what? And she's like, I told you, stop fucking around up there. You didn't listen. I'm like, Mom, I'm going to die. She's like, only if you fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. And, you know, this back then, this is child abuse. So she put a rag on my head. And
I don't think it was ever child abuse.
Yeah, that's true. And so I'm sitting there with a rag on my head all woozy. And, you know, Hester's like, oh, you're like mankind. You're mankind. And I'm like dying. And that was probably the worst one because, like I said, I still have the scar. It's huge. But that one, I remember it happening because I remember feeling the back of my head and it just being like stuck in paint. And I remember going, well, that's a problem. And then, like, you know, Mom pissed because we don't have health insurance. And she doesn't have enough super glue and all that shit. So
I did that to my brother twice.
What's the powerbomb it?
Well, I went first time we were, me and my other friend lifted him up. We were trying to do the Superman thing.
Oh, God.
And he flew up, hit his head on the TV end table corner.
Yeah, there you go.
You got to get his head stapled. And then another time, my dad decided to dig a ditch on the side of our house because we were trying to stop the flooding. Mm-hmm. So there's this huge dirt mound that's like 3 times my size.
Dirt mounds are bad when you're little.
And I had a weed whacker.
Oh, of course.
The old school ones that was just straight metal.
And you stuck a stick in it.
No, my brother walked up behind me on my backswing.
Oh, nice. That'll get him.
Jesus.
That'll get him. That's great.
Is he still alive?
Yeah. Actually, he's coming to Deadpool with us on Thursday.
There you go.
Dude, you've seen him.
Kids are tough, man. My mom knew that, no problem. She had full faith I'd recover. Like every time something happened. Like I had one, my cousin pushed me out of a tree, and I like broke my collarbone, and then I went to my mom, and she was like, "It'll heal," and she was right, it did. But you know,
probably improperly.
Well, no, I mean the collarbone, like it can't really unless it's out of the skin, it'll heal on its own. But I'd say the head thing. I had the knee thing where I dislocated my knee so bad I couldn't get it back in. That I still have that. That happened like 3 years in a row. I was dancing when that happened. That was the most embarrassing one. That was before I was wanted to date this girl. I was 15, and I had a date with her that night. I was so pumped. So what do? I dance, right? I'm excited. And when I was dancing, I popped my knee out, and I couldn't go to the date.
Yep.
So, and then I had to have my friend Robbie carry me to the car. And my mom didn't believe me. She was like, "You're faking it." And I'm like, "Mom, why would I fake this?" And we couldn't get my jeans up so I could show her that my knee was on the fucking eastern port of my other side of my knee. So I was like, "Mom, I swear it's real. I swear it's real." That one sucked the most because it never healed right. But I'd say that was my worst one. All right, let's do a couple more. I already know that you're gonna say Punisher.
Okay, well, what is it? Favorite superhero?
Yeah.
All right, so who's your second favorite then?
See that it's hard because it changes. I would say it changes from.
Well, who's your most consistent?
I would say Logan or Wolverine. I would say definitely Wolverine. Because every time, but I always think Hugh Jackman. But I always love his comics because they're always so realistic and dark. Because superheroes aren't. It would be really hard to be a superhero. You know what I mean? Like I never liked the.
I think
Flash.
It's more realistic to be an anti-hero than it is a hero.
And that's why I liked Logan. Is because Logan is an anti-hero. He wasn't. He did the job because he knew it was right to do it. But if it were up to him, he'd live in the woods and not fuck with anything. And I feel like that's realistic. And then every time he finally got a family and a life and all of these things, someone would kill them or he'd kill them or take it away. I like that travesty. Like that to me, that Romeo and Juliet tragedy is what I like. So I would say Logan and Hulk are right up there. But then when you put in Marvel Cinematic Universe, like I fucking love Tony. I love Captain America. Like it can swap. But I'd say Logan's most consistent. Only because I could relate to him. I feel like I would be more like Logan. Only because it's more realistic. I don't think everyone would be this chipper. Let's save the world. Like, would you? No. Like, you have claws and you can
when
live
you're in
forever.
that kind of world,
not forever.
Well, yeah, not forever.
Just mentally brutalized.
Yeah,
constantly.
And imagine that's the great irony. Like, people don't sit there and think about how sad Logan's life is because he sees everyone he loves die. Every time. Like, it's not like this happened once. It's 3, 4, 5.
He doesn't know why either because he's got no memory.
Exactly. So it's like this. It's like a beautiful tragedy, and that's why I like Logan the most. Same with Hulk. Like Hulk, the character, not Bruce. Hulk. I love that because he is more there in his head than people realize. Like people treat him like a weapon, but he knows what he's doing. He just can't control it. And anger is a relatable thing to human beings, especially me. So I always like that. If I can relate to you, I like that. I like the ability to sit back and I could do that. Like the TV version of Arrow, I really relate to. Because he's not a good hero. He's a vigilante who thinks he's doing the right things, but he does it poorly. Yeah, but and that's how it should be. You wouldn't be a perfect vigilante.
No.
Not everyone can be Batman who barely fucks up. I like that.
Season 1 was all about the list.
The first season was fucking.
Well, I didn't say I didn't like it, but I just his way of going about being a vigilante was wrong.
No, I agree 100%. But that's kind of the learning thing. All right. What is your most embarrassing moment and why? This is what I always love because...
Didn't I answer this one before?
Probably. These are some of the interview questions I would have asked Steve.
I think my interview question, when I first got interviewed, it was when I shit my pants.
That's right. Let's bring that back up.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, everyone's been there.
The librarian wouldn't let me go to the bathroom. All my incidents happened at school, apparently. Because I went to York.
Yo, if that happened in 2018, you'd be rich as hell suing that school. So
librarian refused to let me go to the bathroom, even though I had to go.
So did you purposely shit on purpose, or did you?
I tried to hold it. I couldn't hold it.
We went to school with someone who they wouldn't let him go pee, so he pulled the trash can into the corner and peed into the trash can.
How can they let you?
You're supposed to let them.
You're supposed to let them, but then there's some kids that will abuse it, just like any law.
This is
somebody will abuse it.
8 years ago, which doesn't seem like much, but it really is. We've become very babied in the last 8 years. So when we went to school, you still got away with it. Wasn't like nun treatment where they're smacking us with rulers, but they could tell us no, and it didn't have to be ethical. Like, it could just be, you're a piece of shit student, and I know you're going to go out there and not come back type thing.
Yeah.
But now you can't do that, so. But yeah, I'll never forget that. It was someone I went to school with. He was like, fine, don't want me to pee. And he just pulled it out, went in the corner, and they were like, is he going? And then you hear it hitting the trash bag, and shit. I almost said his name, but
yeah, don't say that.
It was like, I remember it happening, and I'm like, I knew he'd do it. Like, I knew it was what was it, 10th grade, 11th grade? It was like, it wasn't, we were almost grown men, but he wasn't playing that shit. But I remember sitting there going, he's going to do it. Like, because the teacher was like, whatever, you're not going to. I'm like, you're dead wrong there. He will do it because
he just called his bluff.
Now, yeah, exactly. He doesn't believe in play. When he says it, he'll do it. Don't challenge him. But, yeah, I'll never forget that. As long as I live, I'll never forget that. That sound is tattooed in my brain. Just the first, and everyone going, oh.
You hear it every time you go to the urinal.
What's the teacher?
I know who it was, but I don't want to say.
Gigi?
Yeah. Yes. It was Gigi.
I thought it was Gigi.
Yes, it was Gigi. Anyone in Geneseo knows who Gigi is. Gigi was the one that Neal actually played probably the best prank we had, where he had milk and he put it in a locker.
Neal didn't put it there.
No, he did.
Neal wasn't the one that put it there.
Neal was the one who took credit for it.
No.
Who was the one that actually did it?
Well, no, Neal was the one that put it there, and then somebody else knocked it over.
Well, yeah,
Can we hear the prank first?
Yeah, okay, so what happened was Neal bought an Intense chocolate milk, and he put it in the skeleton cabinet, because it was biology. Never used it, and he put it in there, and he opened it, of course, and he left it in there for weeks.
Months.
And it probably was months. It was a long time, and the room would smell horrible all the time. No one knew why. Why would you think that, right? And then one day, said person just happened to bump into it, and it spills. And the smell,
oh my God.
It was like Chernobyl, okay, except for smell. It resonated through the entire hallway. The class cleared all of this thing. They didn't know who did it. They had no idea. And I remember Neal being the one that was like, it was me. And he was so proud of himself.
Yeah.
Because it was like a laid plan for weeks. It was the most commitment he'd ever had at that point in his life. And
if it was still sitting there today.
It probably would have if it wasn't for that instance. But I'll never forget Gigi running out of the classroom going, whoever did this is getting written up, and everyone just laughing hysterically because, like, how do you pin on anyone? You know what I mean? Like,
obviously it's been there for a long
time. A while. Like, I'll never forget because the person who knocked it over was like, whatever, I'll clean it. And Gigi was like, no, you can't. It's disgusting. He's like, it's just cottage cheese. Like, oh God, that's disgusting. That's one of the great G-Town stories right there.
Yeah.
Alright, what is your favorite music or band?
Probably Dropkick.
Dropkick Murphys?
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Dropkick Murphys or Avenged Sevenfold.
That's a totally different...
Yeah, those are big,
Wham!
Broad ones. Okay, I like it. What is, and we've asked you this before, but we're live. I'm feeling pretty good. What is your favorite video game? Like, I'm talking like you're on a desert island and you have one plug with unlimited power and a TV. And you get one video game. That game.
Just one video game?
One goddamn game that you have to play for the rest of your days until a coconut falls on your head and kills you when you're 85.
Okay.
That's how I want to go.
That makes it harder, because there's some games that I have that are... Like,
that's a favorite video game, though. Like, I think that should be your... Like, a favorite movie should be, I can watch this whenever I want for the rest of my life, and that could be the only one. That's your favorite, in my opinion. A favorite has to stand the test of time. Like, I have a favorite movie right now, Infinity War. 20 years, it's not going to be Infinity War.
I don't think I have one.
Yeah, you do. So you're going to go with none. You're going to say, I'll just play with the coconuts?
I could play games pretty much all the time, but I cannot play one consistently all the time.
What's my favorite game that I could play for the rest of my life? I would say BioShock.
Well, I'm so old. I'm going to go with Super Mario.
I can't because I suck at it. I love Super Mario. It's probably one of the greatest games of all time. Legitimately.
Is yours Pong?
But I can't. I get it. No, it's Tecmo Bowl because those can actually win in it. That was good. I'm gonna pop. Whatever. I would say BioShock.
How are you not good at Super Mario?
I can't.
Like for the Super Nintendo.
You only get 3 goddamn lives. That's a lot of pressure.
Lives throughout the game.
I get no.
You get 100 coins. You get a life.
Yeah. What? Is that a thing? Is that even possible? 100 coins. I've never gotten 100 coins. Legitimately.
I've played that game, and before I even got to like the 9th level, I've had like 12 lives.
I barely got into the fireball where you can shoot fireballs.
That's not a level. You just...
Yeah, I've never been to that level of character. That's how much I get hurt.
You get that at like 2.
It doesn't happen.
Level 2.
Let's not judge here. That's not the question. That's not the question.
Alright, anyways, what's yours, Tom?
I would say Halo 2.
That's a good one. That is a good pick.
See, I don't think I could play that
Halo 2?
See, Halo 2 personally, we played the story is like, phenomenal. I love that story. Yeah. It's amazing. Especially Halo 2 story is just, oh my god.
I have to be able to be creative with it. That's why I picked Bioshock. Because in Bioshock, you get like 5 ways of killing people.
It's on.
Huh?
It's on.
He has to pick.
They all picked.
You gotta pick one.
They all picked. You gotta pick one.
You're the hardest reviewer. You have to come up. You gotta.
This is why I'm the hardest reviewer, because I can't pick.
You gotta pick one. The pressure's on you.
You got 30 seconds.
If I had a choice, I'd probably do Shaolin Monks, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks.
You're fired. Go in timeout. What the fuck? Why?
Why?
Fucking
do you know what it is?
No, I've never heard of that.
Is it a fighting game?
Is it even a game?
It's Mortal Kombat characters, but in a story mode.
Do you know how good you'd be after 80 years of playing that? You'd be a god. I couldn't do a fighting game because
it's not. Well, there is a PvP in it, but this is mainly PvE.
Okay, yeah. There's first of all, in this question, you don't get to player versus player. Jesus Christ, that's why you're on sports.
And I know.
Okay. I guess fighting games, if you're gonna master it, you have like 30 characters to master it. But I feel like you do that in like a year. Like Bioshock, you master.
I don't know if you're understanding just because it's got the title Mortal Kombat. This is literally. You ever seen the movies?
No. Do I look like
I wasn't sure.
Monk guy?
Well, no, the Mortal Kombat movie.
No, you're gonna go by that. Have you seen it more than once?
I own it.
You should go. That's it.
Right.
Oh my god.
You're fired as temporary host.
The first one was okay. The second one was just god awful.
The first one was okay because you saw the second one. If you see the first one and never see the second, you'll be like, okay, so it's Troll 3.
But you forget, I grew up on this, and this came out when I was like 5, 10.
I grew up on a lot of things. That doesn't mean I reviewed them.
What year were you born?
92.
You were...
Mortal Kombat 1 literally came out when...
I thought it came out in 93.
No, Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat came out in 92.
Did it?
The when it came out in Hollywood, it probably came out 97, 96.
Yo, real quick, Disneyland has gauntlet cups. That's a giant cup you drink out.
I drank out of it.
It's an infinity gauntlet. That's a giant cup.
Oh, no doubt.
I get that in
a
second.
You ever played
Road Trip?
You ever played like a Conquest type game?
Yeah, like
that's what this is. It's just Conquest.
Okay, so it's like
Mortal Kombat characters, yeah, but with Conquest.
Okay, all right. Well, Conquest games make sense. You can be creative with that. I played the shit out of the Star Wars one. Remember that when we were kids? Isaac always played.
Be a Mortal Kombat character. Which one?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Ooh,
yeah, it's between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Obviously, that's it. Or Goro. Goro's badass. Not the movie Goro, because he's a fucking idiot.
He dies in like every game, though.
Yeah, that's true. But Goro, could I be the character and not fight? Could I just live life? Because I could do a lot of shit.
Yeah, just live life.
Yeah, Goro, yeah.
No, I'd totally be Sub-Zero. How cool would that be?
Grandmaster of the Lin Kuei? That'd be pretty cool.
You would never have a cold drink.
Christ.
Yeah, he's obviously...
No, it's always a cold drink.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You always have a cold drink.
Oh, I thought you said you would never.
No. Can we all agree Reptile sucks?
Reptile sucks. There's a few characters I can think of that suck.
No one. No, not even Reptile.
Myself.
Not even Reptile.
He's the last member of his entire race.
Yeah, Reptile sucks. There's a reason for that. How do we kill him? Stop feeding him. Okay. He's dead. We beat the iguana man.
I don't think I'd pick... If it was Scorpion, Scorpion's like just the spirit of vengeance, which sounds amazing. But if I picked Hanzo Hayashi, I'm Scorpion with the family and the clan.
We're putting way too much thought into that.
Yeah, you guys, you are going way too deep on this rabbit hole.
I said
Neal too, right
I said Goro because I want 4 hands.
Taven.
I don't even know who Taven is.
Taven is a demigod that has... Okay, he's pretty much... He's demigod.
What game was he in?
So does that mean he can breathe
Armageddon.
space?
Okay, there you go. That's why.
I know like breathe in space.
I don't know. I never seen that happen. Taven is the guy that literally in his Conquest story mode, he went and fought all the Mortal Kombat characters in the series and kicked their ass.
You play too much Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
I grew up on it.
Let's move past Mortal Kombat.
Alright, well either way, I like that question. That was a good one. Alright, so that's your favorite video game. Alright, what is your least favorite personality trait? Like, let's say you were going on a speed dating thing, right? What would be the thing? You sit down, you're like, my name's Patrick, what's your name? She says Shaquanda. And then she exhibits this personality trait and you just want to throat punch her. What would that personality trait be?
Snob, snooty.
Snob?
Has someone with their nose in the air.
What would be a snobby thing? Like if you sat down and she looked at you and was like, really? You're wearing that skin? Is that snobby?
It sounds pretty snobby.
It does.
It sounds pretty snobby. Like I'm rich and I can just throw it in your face.
I hate people who talk down to other people.
Okay.
Well, that sounds pretty snobby to me too.
So snobby. Okay, all right, that makes sense.
Wait, I got a question for you two.
For the two of us?
Yep. You could pick one character from a movie. It could be a villain. It could be a hero. To be, and it can't be anyone from the Marvel Universe.
Oh shit!
Because I guarantee he was either going to say Thanos. If I took that away, he was going to say either Captain America or something.
Yeah.
I was about to say Cap.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Marvel.
No Marvel Universe. It could be. It can't be a video game. It's got to be a movie.
No Marvel.
It's got to be a movie.
It could be Batman.
There's video game characters that are in a movie.
Yeah, there are some.
A movie character, not video game.
Movie character. Oh, if that's tough, man.
Yeah.
With taking away Marvel.
Yeah, because I knew it was going to be Marvel. So I want to make it interesting for you.
They made it easy.
I'd say the dude.
The dude. Oh yeah, he lives a happy life.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, not during the movie, but dude's not.
I have several of them I can think of.
I can't think of a single one.
I'm trying to decide between John Wick.
John Wick's not bad. That's a good pick.
Or I don't know. Something who's always attracted boxing to me. So I'm thinking like
Muhammad Ali, because it had a thing. Because he had a movie.
Well, either that or
that's tough, man.
Like
Leatherface.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He seems like a nice guy. No, Jigsaw, because he never fucking dies. It's like movie 15. He's still going.
I'm gonna be The Rock.
You can't be The Rock. There's no movie.
I said a movie.
So you're gonna be The Rock.
Okay, what's the characters that The Rock plays?
Tooth Fairy.
It's gonna be the one from Doom.
Nope, by default.
No, it's horrible.
I'd be Jim Guy. I don't care.
You're the character. You're not in the movie.
You see, that's a tricky question. Are we the character?
Yeah, because I had to take Marvel out of it.
Jason Bourne is the pick I should have said.
I'm gonna be Walter White.
That's not bad. That's a TV show, though.
Not movie, asshole.
Yo, fuck that. I'm gonna be Luke Hobbs from Fast and Furious.
That's fine.
There you go.
Daddy's gonna go to work, flex off a cast, fix my arm.
I like that.
I kind of like the Jason Bourne thing, but I think I'm gonna lean either Jason Bourne or John Wick for me.
Jason Bourne's a good pick. That's a really good pick, for sure.
Be,
not the bootleg one, fucking Hawkeye out in the mountains. Not that Jason Bourne.
Yeah, I went. That was like one of the first ones I saw in theater, and I was like, "What the hell is that?"
That was trash.
How about Statham from the Transporter series?
That's a good one.
I like that one.
That is a good one. Anything with Statham.
Now, because I'm just curious, but I'm gonna take Thanos out of it. A character from the Marvel universe.
Thor's a really good pick, but everyone he loves dies.
I'm totally going Punisher.
They agreed that Jane Foster died too, so literally everyone he loved died. So Thor's a great character, but I think going by myself, I'd pick Captain America. But
I really hesitated on that one.
I would pick Captain America only. This thing, I wouldn't have made it to movie 2 or 3 as Cap. I would have been Nomad after the first one. So there's no way I would have been able to stay.
I would either want to be the Punisher.
His life sucks.
Or Bucky.
Bucky's a good one. I like Bucky. But again, his life sucks.
Yeah, but
the easiest pick is Tony. Tony's got the best life. And he's a super genius. And he's unlimited funds. Or even oh my God, Black Panther's a great pick. Yeah. Phenomenal pick.
You still haven't answered.
What? I lied. I picked Logan.
I'm waiting for everyone's
I picked Logan.
You gonna go Logan?
I'm going Logan, even though his life sucks and he dies a horrible
cool.
death.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm gonna go with Logan because he lives 300 years.
And he's got really cool spikes.
Yeah, the claws have fucked some shit.
Really call him Spikes?
Yeah, you should have called him Spikes.
Go ahead.
Goddamn sports co-host.
You gonna be Meek?
Oh my God, please be Meek.
Neal.
No.
Neal would be Meek. Neal would be Meek. For sure he'd be Meek.
I might pick Punisher, but then again, his life sucks.
It does.
So
it's a tough life.
Yeah, he'd be Micro.
No, fuck that. And he's not even in the Marvel here.
Why do you just shit on his desk? That's the meanest thing you could have ever said to him. Micro. Daredevil would be cool.
Daredevil's
badass, and he has sex with a lot of hot chicks.
Yep, he does.
He doesn't know they're hot either.
Yeah, well, he does. They figure it out.
It's like in the comics.
Do not quote that old shitty movie if you're gonna say
he does have like radar sense in the comic books.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna.
We don't even talk about that.
Thank you. That's what I said.
We don't even talk about that.
All right, real quick. This is my.
But it's anyone in the Marvel universe, right?
Yeah.
I think I'd pick Loki.
Loki?
That's pretty cool.
Loki's a badass.
All right, this is my last one because I just keep coming up with good ones because this one's gonna be really good because we all hate it. Have to pick.
DC.
Bam.
Yeah, there you go. Everyone's gonna pick Batman. I pick Joker all day. He's a sick fuck, but I pick Joker because he gets Harley Quinn, and he's so insane he doesn't know he's miserable.
I actually have a favorite DC hero.
Sorry.
Is it in the movie?
Too.
Huh?
Does it have to be in the movie?
No, it's just a DC character. It could be a comic.
Red Hood.
Red Hood.
Red Hood.
Red Hood. All right.
Red Hood.
Like
he's a villain, not a hero.
It does. I said DC.
He's an anti-hero. He kills the villains.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'd pick.
It's funny. Both
Green
of my
Arrow.
picks.
I'd pick Green Arrow.
Yeah, I thought about
his life sucks.
Green Arrow does suck, but at least I wouldn't be Green Arrow like in the comics. Though.
He wouldn't be Green Arrow Universe 1.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
I'd be a character that dies, so I don't have to be it long.
What? That's amazing. Oh, that's amazing.
Tom, you haven't picked one.
They all come back.
Croc.
Yeah.
Killer Croc. You're gonna be Killer Croc.
No,
So that's what I said.
No, he's so bad.
No.
Dude, he just gets messed up further and further in the series.
Deadshot.
That's a good one. His life kind of sucks, but it's better than most.
He fucks Harley Quinn at one point.
Well, most of them do. Let's be honest. All right, so we'll do
even Nightwing.
All right, it's almost 9:30, so we'll do one more question. We'll end it. We did that. Okay, who is your dream interview? If you could sit down and interview one person on this podcast show, who would it be? And you can ask them whatever you want. They have to answer that whole thing.
They have to answer the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know you're going to say The Rock.
Well, yeah. That's why it's for you, not me.
Yeah. Damn. I've never once thought of this.
No?
No.
I always think of that. I always think of, like, the what ifs. Like, if this person contacted me, if I could handle it, if I could do this interview, things like that.
I think I'd almost pick someone I know, but don't know so well.
So you can get deep with it? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, no, I honestly, that's what I love. I love interviews like that, so I get that.
I might...
So there's not like a celebrity you kind of idolize or look up to or something like that? Like, obviously with me, it's The Rock, but... Or, like, The Rock...
I've never had a relationship with anyone I don't know like that.
Well, see, for me, it's like I always look at... I've always been driven towards people who are successful when they really shouldn't be type things. You know what I mean? Like... Not success stories so much as, like, obviously The Rock had certain physical attributes, but who would have thought that he'd be considered for running for president in 2020? That, to me, is amazing because this dude's 42, 43. I think he's older than that, actually. Forgive me. But the fact that he's had as much success as he has, and he's still in the gym every day doing these things and doing these processes and making these movies when he could just probably retire. I'm sure he's a billionaire. That's fascinating to me because anyone who's achieved a level of success where they could have stopped and they never did, that's rare. So I always think, like, what could I pull from this person? That's what fascinates me with interviews. It's like, that's why I always try to do, like, with Chris when we did the interview, like, he fascinates me because there's things about his personality that I want to know more of. And
there's things about his personality that none of us would think of.
Exactly. And, like, I like that. So I get why you'd want to do that with someone you know.
Almost for, like, the knowledge base. Like,
yeah.
See what they...
Yeah, for sure. No, I get it. So if you had to pick one that you know, who would you pick?
Probably my great-grandfather.
That'd be cool.
He's 99 years old. He's turning 100 this year.
Oh, he's still kicking?
Yeah.
Really?
Damn.
That's awesome.
I was going to make a ghost joke. I'm glad I did it.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't, so let's not...
So brought it up.
It's not hard. Well, yeah, because I'm clear. I didn't. There's no ghost joke. It would have failed. Well, that's cool. Is he still... Is he still there? Lucid?
Yeah, he lives by himself in Mount Morris.
It's fucking badass. Would you think he'd come out here?
I don't want to live
We'd go to him.
I don't know.
Go to him.
I don't think he would.
What if we just sat and talked to him and I happened to record it? Would he even know?
He'd probably ask what you're doing, but I don't think he'd care.
What's this? It's a tablet. It does stuff.
What are you gonna do with that? We're talking here.
Yeah, we're talking. Let's figure it out. Was he in the military or anything like that?
He was. No, because he was born during World War II.
You said he was about to turn 99?
99? I don't think...
So when...
I don't think that was World War II.
It's before.
It was during the Great Depression.
Right? World War II, if he's 99, it's almost 2019. So that would be 80 years ago? He was born in 1910. Something like that. 1910, 1911. Right? I think...
No, your math sounds right.
So, okay, yeah. So World War II, he would have been like 30. Well, no, 20, give or take.
No. So...
yeah, 30. Almost 30. 29, 30. So...
I don't know if he's got a military history, honestly. I know he was a child during the Great Depression. And I know he built the walls in Letchworth State Park. That's
pretty badass. The cabin down in G-Town, I know it's my great uncle built that. Helped build the cabin, so that's pretty cool though.
You know the camps they have in Letchworth Park? Like the old
cabins? All that shit?
No, they had camps for the refugee camps. Mm-hmm. He was living in that for who knows how many years in Letchworth State Park.
Why have you never sat down? Oh my god. Sorry. LeBron just left game 2.
Woo!
I hate you. You're fired. Why have you never sat down and done it on your own?
Well, when I'm there, somebody else is always there, and he's not interested in talking about his past. He wants to know what's going on in everybody else's lives, and you
gotta appreciate that though. That's not a bad quality.
Yeah, I mean he's lived so long. You got to think about all the children he's got, all the great children he's got, and great children he's got.
I wish when you reach that level, honestly, when you live 99 years, I wish they would. Obviously, we don't do this, but if you were to write through all that, that's decades and decades and decades of changing. There's so much you'll learn from that.
He used to deliver ice blocks for a fridge.
It's fucking insane.
And now we have all this stuff. He's seen pretty much all the changes that we have today.
He literally saw cars.
10 decades.
Yeah, that's horse and buggy to car.
Yeah, honestly, that's such a good pick when you think about it because almost 100 years of experience. That's insane. Mm-hmm. And rare, especially nowadays. But that would be fascinating to kind of pull that out of them. That would be really cool.
And I think he's 12 years younger. Oh, no, 13 years younger than the oldest man that died not too long ago.
Yeah, and that's good for him, man.
This guy...
And he lives on his own.
He's living on his own. He groceries... He stops in Walmart and talks to me all the time.
Did he live in America the whole time? Or is he from off the boat?
He was from...
That's not a negative expression. That's an actual Irish expression.
His parents were from Italy, and he was a newborn on the boat.
So this is not the Irish side of your family. This is
my Italian side of the family.
There you go. That's why Italians are tough as fuck and stubborn as hell.
Yeah, they are.
Irish are too, but
he's got Irish in him. But his parents
were
from Italy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how much? Before we end up, how much are you Italian and how much are you Irish? Obviously, physically, you look fucking 90% Irish.
I'm pretty sure I almost want to say obviously 70-80%.
Your mother's Irish. Up there. She's straight. Look at her. She's very Irish.
Yeah.
My
great grandfather's on my
your
dad's
father's side. Yeah. Okay.
But my dad's got red in his beard too.
Yeah. Okay.
So
he's got some. So
it's my dad's mother's side is where he's from.
Now, what are your brothers' names again? You're Patrick.
Patrick, Ryan, and Connor.
So 2 of those 3 names are the most Irish fucking names ever. And then you tack on O'Mara at the end of it. Do you guys have Irish middle names?
Thomas,
that's Irish. No.
And Ryan's name is Gallagher.
Oh my god! Okay, what is Connor's?
James.
Okay. James is pretty common. So yeah, you guys are very obviously Irish.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Do you have Irish traditions? I have a friend of mine who's also ironically named Pat. Their family is very deep with Irish traditions. So the drinking after the age of 18, honestly it's 16 up. Family drinking, they sit down, they drink, stuff like that. All of those, a lot of it's drinking is a norm thing. Is that like that with your family? Is that... Because that's like it with them, and I always wonder if that's something that makes them special, or if that's something that carries on.
That might be something that's them special, because on my dad's side, my dad's father had a drinking problem.
Yeah, that's usually
so. My dad didn't pick that up, and Mom will finish half a wine cooler and be like, she's worse than me. I think that's where I get.
So they're not like the typical Jameson Guinness drinker. They're not the stereotypical Irish.
Dad puts a little bit of Jameson whiskey in his coffee.
Yeah, okay.
But on days he's not working.
Well, it's still pretty cool.
He doesn't drink like we do.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're also young and dumb.
He never did, so.
Alright, well, I thought it was pretty cool. We got to know you a little bit. So, we're going to wrap up here because it's 9:37 at night. I could keep doing this for hours, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But, it was fun. Good. It's your first step up as a co-host, so I thought you did pretty good. It was a lot of fun.
First step up, but it's my fourth time on the camera.
Permanent, yeah, yeah. So yeah, it was good. Of course, let's finish with saying happy birthday to Neal.
To me.
To Neal. Well, yeah. To our co-host, Neal Lynch. Next week he'll be back, so it was a lot of fun.
You think?
I thought I had enough time. Deadpool 2 will have a review, more E3 coverage, things like that. So we are going to take off. Do you have anything to add?
No, everyone just have a good week. Sign, subscribe.
Yes, of course.
Like.
Sign, subscribe, all of that at Swiss Army Nerds on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, of course. Swiss Army Nerds. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.
I do have one more question for the other co-host. Any update on the shirts?
Ooh.
I talked to you. He's
we need
now.
That's right.
Awesome.
We will get him up soon. We'll have merchandise and we'll figure out all the website stuff. I have someone who's actually working on a website domain soon, so
might be able to get us some stickers too.
Yeah, stickers, all that good shit. We'll have a whole bunch of Swiss Army Nerds stuff. So,
you know what we never brought up?
What?
Ain't that neat?
Ain't that neat?
Oh,
my god. Yo,
you haven't seen that before? I saw that like 5 years ago.
We'll do that next week.
Yeah, we will do that next week. So for now, we're gonna take off. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully, Facebook Live kind of covered this. We will be taking off. Anything you want to say, Neal's line? I'll piss him off.
Play us out, Alexa.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to say it?
No, I'm good.
All right. Peace out. It was a lot of fun. Much love. Swiss Army Nerds.